Hi guys, welcome back to Golden Reviewer. This is the new iPad Air 5. So it's the latest iPad with M1 processor, right? That is one of the best mobile processors we can have. And here you can take a look at the processor details, 3.2 GHz max frequency, that is pretty high. And 8 GB of RAM, that is also pretty good. Okay, so today we are going to do a Genshin Impact gaming performance test on this device. Okay, first let's check the graphics settings. Of course, this is so powerful, I'll set everything to highest. In fact, that is the default setting. And one interesting thing about this is that for the FPS, you can actually select 120. I guess the game just detects M1 processor and then just enable this 120 option. But of course, because the display itself is 60 Hz, that option doesn't really do anything. I've tried, it doesn't do anything. Okay, so we'll stay with 60 and we'll follow our general testing routine, play for 10 minutes in the Inazuma region, which I think the load is higher than the Mondstadt and the Liyue region, right? Inazuma is more complex and more fancy, so it's more stressful for the processor, right? So if you are interested, you may watch the 10 minutes footage. Actually, for this time, it's pretty interesting, so you can watch that. Otherwise, you just skip to the end of the video where I'll measure the temperature and show you the FPS and power record, right? So without further ado, let's go.
We're way behind schedule. Benny's
Down to business.
Teamwork is
Going
dreamwork.
somewhere?
Nice and
There's
spicy.
more.
Next on the agenda.
Gather. Gather.
I'm the right hand.
To the ferry. Finally, No.
We're way behind schedule.
Stabilize.
I'm going in. Access denied.
To the ferry.
Next on the agenda. Nice and spicy.
Gather.
Access denied. Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's light it up. Get them.
No excuse. Order guide you. Gather quickly. You can't run. Miscalculated. This isn't good. Gather.
I'm going in. No touching. We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda.
Solidified. I will have order.
Nice and slick. We're way behind schedule.
Okay, so that's about 10 minutes, and let's test the temperature of the device. So actually, is this top region that is heating up? I guess that's where the processor is, and the highest spot I found is about 45 degrees, which is okay. I guess it's not too hot, but it's also not very cool. And then for performance, here is very interesting because M1 is supposed to be a very strong chip, but I guess it's running at a too high resolution. I know that MiHoYo actually enables some pretty high resolution for the M1 devices. If you don't know about that, you can check my previous videos about the M1 iPad Pro. So the resolution is too high. Yeah, I must say it looks amazing. It's very sharp, it's nice and clear, but yeah, you have a lot of frame drops because it's just way too demanding for any mobile device, right? I guess the resolution may be at least twice as high as your common mobile phones, right? So here the average is 52.9, which doesn't look too bad, but we see a lot of frame drops. Sometimes it drops to 30, and I do feel that the device, the game lags a lot while playing. So your better bet will be to lower the resolution, and I think that will give you better FPS. And we also see the reason why the device is throttling from the power consumption. So initially, when the device is running at a rather stable 60, it's using a whopping 14 watt of power, which I guess is just too high for the iPad metal body to dissipate. So it cannot dissipate that much heat, so it has to throttle. And after throttling, I see that it hovers around 9 to 10 watts. And in the end, the overall average power consumption is 9.8 watts, which is close to 10 watts. This is a pretty high power consumption number, but I guess considering that the device is running the game at such a high resolution, is doing so much work, this is acceptable. But if you are ready to play the game, either you get the iPad mini 6, which I reviewed earlier, and that device can run the game at highest at almost stable 60, which is great, or you get the iPad Air and lower your resolution, right? So it doesn't run well at highest resolution. Okay, so that's all for today's video. Thank you guys. See you next time.